Welcome to another edition of Funky Finds here at the Pedal Guy. And today what we're going to show you is we're going to show you the Fender Blender. And this is a reissue of the original Fender Blender from the 60s. The original one used, I believe, silicon components. This one uses germanium. So it has a different character to it. And also, if you're not familiar with this pedal, you're not alone. It's a pretty rare pedal. There's not too many of them out there, at least in semi-good condition, reissued or otherwise. And truthfully, I found this in Venice Beach. Oh, the things we find in Venice Beach, California these days. This actually was fished out of a big pile of other music gear in this guy's house. It was all dusty and dirty. So I tried to clean it up as best as I could, but I like to leave a little dust there for the vintage sound. But nevertheless, this is a really cool pedal for a very unique sound. It was Fender's answer to fuzz and octafuzz back in the 60s. And it didn't quite take off as well as, say, something like the Big Muff would. And there's probably good reason for it because it has a much different sound. And so what we've got here is a very basic sound that we're going to start with. And then we're going to start manipulating that with the Fender Blender. So let's just go through the parameters here really quick. The knobs, you've got your volume knob, which is pretty self-explanatory. You have your sustain knob, which sustains the effect. You have a tone knob. You additionally have a tone boost, so it'll give you a much harsher boost if you want. And yes, this comes up really harsh when you really get down to it. And then you've got the tone boost, the blend knob, sorry, as well. And the blend knob just simply blends between clean and dirty. And one thing you might notice here, which is a little wanky, is that the guitar input is actually over here on the left. Normally it's all the way on the right for a pedal, but in this case it's on the left, and the amp output is on the right. So it is a little bizarre. And then additionally, you can see that we have our little Octave Synth pedal here, which I used in another funky find that you can definitely check out on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, we'll just go through the sounds, and I'll show you how to combine it with the Octave Synth to come up with some really weird stuff. But first, let's get a basic sound. So here's what we're going to use. Nothing too remarkable. Okay, and so now let's go ahead and turn on the Fender Blender. So it sounds a little weak, so you can always turn the volume up on the amp. So just using the volume knob itself, you can get a neat little overdrive sound that's perfect for like rhythms. If you use it on the neck pickup. All right, and I should note we are using a Strat for this demo. Now, let's go ahead and turn the volume knob down on the amp a little bit, and let's turn on the boost, the blend, and you can start hearing what it sounds like. All right, so it sounds like a distortion pedal underwater. So we need to turn the tone up. Now, I'm sure you can hear it's already got some harshness to it. All right, and that's going to get even uglier, or I'm sorry, vintage, as we go along here. So let's turn the sustain up a bit. So as you can hear, it's got a much different sound as we keep manipulating the parameters. Now we're going to go for the gold here and turn on the tone boost. Turn that blend up, turn that sustain up. There it is. So as you can hear, it's got a really harsh sound to it. So it's not like it's not your typical everyday pedal that you would use for every sort, for more of a generic fuzz. This would be more like for a solo section or a bridge, or where you want to just create some sonic flatulence. And the best thing about it is you don't even have to be that good of a guitar player. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, moving along, let's pop in the Octave Synth along with it. So I'm going to turn the tone boost down. I'm going to turn that off. Go back to our regular sound, and let me turn a couple of these knobs back as well. In fact, I'm going to turn it off because I'm going to turn on the Octave Synth so you can hear what we're going to start with. All right, so it's pretty straightforward, and I absolutely invite you to go back and check out the Funky Fine video we did on the Octave Synth because it is really cool. But now let's pop in the Fender Blender. All right, now to make it even more funky and more dirty, turn that tone knob up. All I'm doing there is just simply playing an open note and just letting the Fender Blender and the Octave Synth just have at it. So there you have the Fender Blender. For more information on this pedal and other pedals that we have at The Pedal Guy, come on back to thepedalguy.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and definitely check us out on Facebook.